Andra Annette, and welcome to Narrative Nights. So, tonight we'll be reading from one of my books that we had started prior. We're going to be reading from Underwater, the World Drowning in Addiction. So, I'm going to share the screen with you and pull up the actual book to make it easier for both myself and for you if you want to follow along. Okay? Okay. So, we are going to share. And here we go. Let's get into this. So I have it pulled to a section, then and now, the journey from emptiness to purpose. Because I think when you're suffering any kind of addiction and you're trying to manage and you're trying to cope and you're using substances or whatever that looks like for you, whether it's food, substance, sex, whatever it is, I think that you don't feel full. You feel an emptiness somewhere, and you're trying to cope, and you just don't know how to find your way out of that situation to make it better for yourself and maybe the people around you, or to feel like you're fully living again. So, this is from that chapter 13, lucky number 13. So, when I first stepped into the rooms of recovery, I was too young to grasp the full weight of addiction. I listened, I nodded, but I did not think it applied to me. I was not ready, and so I left. Years later, after more pain and loss, I found my way back, and this time I stayed. The illusion of success. On paper, my life looked successful. I earned a college degree, built a career, and maintained long-standing friendships. Yet none of these achievements filled the emptiness inside. I felt like an outsider in my own life, always searching for validation beyond myself, living at a distance. I kept people at arm's length because I did not trust that the real me would be loved. I was surviving, not truly living, hiding behind my accomplishments. Recovery taught me that if you keep coming back, the program will help you break free from old stories and discover the inherent worth you never knew you had. A life of purpose, not perfection. Today, I no longer let others' opinions dictate my value. I no longer believe I am broken. I know I have worth regardless of my achievements. I stand in my truth. Healing is not about perfection, but about learning to live fully and purposefully. I now live on a mission to help others see that they are whole, valued, and capable of healing. Gratitude and living with purpose. Life beyond addiction. There was a time when I thought I could not imagine life without the constant escape of addiction. I once believed recovery meant loss and sacrifice. But what I have gained is immeasurable clarity, self-worth, and a life that no longer craves escape. Above all, I have learned gratitude. The power of gratitude. Gratitude transformed how we see life. In the grip of addiction, I felt entitled to numb my pain. In recovery, I wake up, take a moment, and simply say thank you. It brings peace in the present, perspective during hardships, and a steady reason to keep moving forward. Living through service. In recovery, giving is a cornerstone of healing. By sharing my story and reaching out to others, I not only help someone else, but continually remind myself why I keep going. We heal together through connection, community, and service. So this is a letter I wrote to the still suffering, right? So if you are reading this, this is for you. I know the despair of feeling too far gone or believing that no one understands and the urge to give up. But please hear me. You are not broken. You are not alone. You are not beyond saving. I did not know where you are on your journey. I do not know where you are on your journey, whether you are just beginning to consider change or have tried countless times. But I promise you, one day the pain of staying the same will outweigh the pain of change. And when that moment comes, remember you do not have to do this alone. There are people waiting to love you, to help guide you toward a brighter path. With love and understanding, Andra Annette. Okay, so this is reflection questions, but I'm pretty sure that I had wrote a letter to the family. So let me see. Okay, so I did. I just think it's at the end. Okay. So the journey never ends. Recovery is not a destination. It's an ongoing journey. There will be difficult days and moments of doubt, but I no longer fear the struggle. I know who I am, I know my worth, and I know I am never alone. If there is one truth I hope you take with you, you are enough. You always were, and you always will be. This journey is yours. Wherever you are, whatever step you are on, keep moving forward because you are worth it. For support or to share your story, please reach out. So I'm going to do this 1 second. I'm going to open this and find, okay, let me see if I can find the letter to the family. The rooms develops addictions, breaking the surface, healing you're meant to live, raising the children's. What addiction feels like. Hmm. Let's see. Ah, a message to the parents. Okay, so that's on page 38. So that's where we're going. Okay. I'm not as crazy as I sound sometimes. But I think when you do these books that are very personal and did I say 37? Uh chapter 9. Okay. Honesty and courage. Oh, okay. So this is a message to the parents of the still sick and suffering. Loving someone in addiction, the pain, the waiting, and the hope. Watching someone you love self-destruct is pain like no other. You have tried intervention, set boundaries, and exhausted every method of help. I want you to know you are not alone. When they are ready, there is a way out. Why can't they just stop? This question haunts every parent, spouse, and loved one. It is not that they do not love or care, it is that the pain of stopping feels even greater than the pain of staying in addiction. Their addiction has been a reluctant friend, a way to silence the hurt. It is only when the burden of that pain surpasses the comfort of the addiction that change becomes possible. Rock bottom. Rock bottom is not always a single event. It might be an overdose, a loss of everything, or simply a deep emotional collapse when the lie of addiction can no longer sustain them. That is when they will finally be willing to listen. What you can do while you wait. You can take care of yourself, set and hold your boundaries, do not enable yet do not abandon your love. Seek support through Al-Anon therapy or recovery groups. Understand that you did not cause this and you cannot cure it. Amid the pain, hold on to hope. Hope that one day they will choose life. And when they do, you will be there. So, okay, let's stop sharing. So I know I have mentioned before that I wrote this book because we're losing a lot of children. So this book is not about me. Yes, I identify as an alcoholic. It's self-diagnosed. No one tells you. You just know. I always knew since I was about 6. So it just reacted in my body very differently, and we were brought up with wine at dinner. So it wasn't a good thing for me. But I know that I went through a lot of trauma, and coping with that trauma was something that I wanted to suppress. So alcohol became easier until it wasn't, till the pain of forgetting wasn't as strong as the pain of wanting to feel, right? To have real relationships and share honestly with people and embody who I was, right? So I talk about these things, not to hurt anyone that I love, because this isn't about them and this isn't really about me. But I think that we have an obligation in society to really share our stories because there are so many people out there suffering. And a big thing that I noticed in the rooms was everybody thought nobody could possibly understand them. We all felt very misunderstood in life. And yet there were people feeling exactly what we did. Maybe not the same situations that led us there or the same circumstances, but we all felt like we weren't enough and nobody would understand us and we couldn't share openly and honestly our feelings because they wouldn't be accepted by other people. And I think a lot of people in the world right now are feeling that very thing too. And I think society sets us up for that. We're always taught to look outside ourselves and somehow that we're not enough. And I don't want to be part of that story anymore. It doesn't work for me. And I don't want other people walking around feeling like they're not enough or they don't have value or they can't share honestly. So I decided to share this story, and I'll be reading different parts from the book, more parts of the book, because I think people need to see a little of that bottom, not just the happy times, even though these were never happy times. There was nothing about this that was happy. To be out of control and to feel like you're living outside of your body on a regular basis is no pleasure, trust me. But I think that we're in society we're escaping continually. Everything out there in the market tries to make you be better, to want more, to have more, to do more, and it doesn't allow you to accept where you're at and just love who you are and experience more joy. And that we're always living in that fight or flight, and we don't experience real joy anymore, I don't think so. So this is just my take on what I see in the world. I've been in health for 40 years now, and I see that there's more sickness, emotionally, mentally, physically than ever before in our society. And even though more people are coming forward and speaking up and honestly about it, we have a long way to go to change those stigmas and that perspective of what addiction is, what depression is, identity issues and all kinds of other things. And the only way it changes is if we come forward and we start talking about it honestly. So this is my attempt to do this. I also want to reach back into those waters that saved me from drowning and help another person that might still be sick and suffering. I don't want to lose any more children to disease. That are totally preventable. So we can prevent them when we make them easier for people to reach out a hand and get acceptance instead of, you know, condemnation. So that's it. So I just wanted to come in and share a little bit more of my story with you. I am Andra Annette, and thank you for being part of Narrative Nights with me today. Have a great day.